There's a rare kind of heartbreak in sports, the kind that sneaks up slowly, then hits like a thunderclap. A superstar vanishes not because they lost skill, but because fate dealt a cruel hand. In 1994, Green Bay's most electric wide receiver, Sterling Sharpe, disappeared. No farewell tour, no curtain call, just an abrupt end to a career that was on the verge of greatness. Sharpe wasn't just any receiver. For a few glorious years, he was the NFL's most feared weapon, the terror of defensive backs, the heartbeat of a resurgent Packers franchise. Some say if he'd played longer, he could have rivaled Jerry Rice, the undisputed GOAT. Today, we unravel the story of the man who might have rewritten NFL history, Sterling Sharpe. And as we dive in, I want you to think, where does Sterling fit in the pantheon of greats? And what if his story had ended differently? We'll get to that. But first, his roots. If you're a fan of NFL history and the greatest what-if stories, smash that like button and subscribe. And drop a comment. What's your earliest memory of Sterling Sharpe? Sterling Sharpe's journey began far from the stadium lights in Glenville, Georgia, a town where football was a way of life, but opportunity was scarce. Raised by his grandmother Mary Porter, Sterling and his younger brother Shannon grew up with grit and faith. Money was tight, dreams were big, and from an early age, Sterling showed an uncanny ability to dominate. His athleticism wasn't just natural talent, it was hard work. Rain or shine, he and Shannon would compete relentlessly. Yard games turned into practice sessions. Every throw mattered. In high school, Sterling was unstoppable, a triple threat in football, basketball, and track. But football was the passion that offered a way out. The University of South Carolina noticed early, and by his sophomore year, Sterling was shattering school receiving records. Teammates and coaches saw a player with unmatched toughness and hands like glue. NFL scouts whispered he reminded them of a young Jerry Rice, with a physicality that few could match. The dream was becoming real. It's easy to forget that behind every great athlete is a story of sacrifice, struggle, and relentless determination. Sterling's was no different. Every yard he gained was paid for in sweat and heart. In 1988, the Green Bay Packers selected Sterling Sharpe with the 7th overall pick. The franchise was searching for hope. What they got was a game changer. From his rookie season, Sterling showed no signs of nerves. He caught 55 passes, displaying a polished skill set rare for a first-year player. But this was just the beginning. 1989 was the breakout. 90 catches for 1,423 yards and a Pro Bowl nod. A remarkable feat on a team still rebuilding, hungry for a hero. Sterling quickly became more than a player. He became the reason fans filled Lambeau Field, the reason defenses game planned differently. The Packers were finding their identity, and it was written in '84. By 1991, Sharpe's work ethic was legendary. Stories of grueling off-season sessions, film study, and relentless drives spread through the locker room. He wasn't just fast or strong, he was a student of the game, studying defensive backs like a chess master. His connection with Brett Favre was just starting to form, but it was clear. Sterling Sharpe was the cornerstone of the franchise's renaissance. 1992 was a watershed year. Brett Favre arrived in Green Bay, raw, fearless, and armed with an arm that could change the NFL forever. But he needed a reliable weapon. That weapon was Sterling Sharpe. Their chemistry was instantaneous. Favre trusted Sterling implicitly in pressure moments, in Hail Mary situations. Favre said, "Sterling wasn't my number one option. Sometimes, he was my only option." Sharpe rewarded that trust with a historic season, leading the NFL in receptions, 108, yards, 1,461, and touchdowns, 13. Only a handful of players had ever claimed the triple crown of receiving stats. In 1993, Sterling pushed it even further, 112 catches, breaking his own record, and the touchdowns kept coming. He wasn't just a player, he was a force of nature. Defensive backs hated facing him because he was too quick, too physical, and too smart. He could beat you on any route, with every kind of throw, from any angle. His dominance was forcing a league-wide conversation. Was Sterling Sharpe the best receiver in the game? And maybe, just maybe, the best of all time in the making. Deion Sanders, known as one of the best corners in NFL history, said of Sterling, "If you gave him space, it was over." That's how feared he was. His route running was surgical. His hands were almost magnetic. Once he caught the ball, he didn't just go down. He bulldozed defenders, fighting for every extra yard. Year after year, Sterling put up numbers that rivaled the greatest, and often on a Packers team that was still finding its footing. He wasn't flashy for flashiness' sake. He was efficient, relentless, and brutal. When Sterling was on the field, the Packers' offense felt unstoppable. From 1992 to 1994, Sharpe was shaping up to be the NFL's top receiver, a player who could have redefined receiving records and raised the bar for future generations. Then, the unthinkable happened. December 1994. A routine tackle in a game against the Atlanta Falcons, Sterling fell awkwardly, grabbing his neck. The stadium fell silent. Tests revealed 2 herniated discs in his cervical spine, pressing on the nerves. The doctor's warning was stark. Another hit could cause paralysis or worse. At only 29 years old, at the height of his power and fame, Sterling Sharpe's NFL career was over. No farewell game, no roaring send-off, just a quiet, abrupt end. It rocked the NFL community. Fans mourned the loss of a star they had come to love and fear. Teammates struggled to grasp that their leader was gone. This is where the story takes a haunting turn. The eternal what if. If Sharpe had stayed healthy and played a full 10 to 12-year career, his projected stats are staggering. Over 1,200 receptions, 17,000 yards, and 160 touchdowns. Those numbers put him squarely in Jerry Rice's territory. Imagine Sharpe alongside Brett Favre in that legendary 1996 Packers team. With Sharpe's dominant presence, that squad might have won not one, but multiple Super Bowls. Could Sharpe have toppled Jerry Rice as the greatest receiver ever? It's a question fans still debate today. Could Terrell Owens have risen as a star if Sharpe had stayed dominant? Or would Sharpe have been the unchallenged king of the NFC? This debate fuels countless conversations. Where does Sharpe truly fit among NFL legends? One thing's certain, the NFL lost a generational talent far too soon. Despite the brilliance he displayed, Sterling Sharpe has never been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The argument? His career was too short. He never won a playoff game, and the injury cut his prime. But anyone who faced him will tell you something different. Sterling Sharpe was as talented, as dominant, and as game-changing as any receiver ever. His brother, Shannon Sharpe, a Hall of Famer himself, once said, "I'm the only Hall of Famer who's not the best player in his own family." That's a testament to Sterling's greatness. To this day, fans and analysts still argue whether Sharpe should be enshrined. His legacy a reminder that greatness isn't always measured by longevity, but by moments and impact. Sterling Sharpe's career was brief, like a shooting star burning too bright, too fast. He may not wear the Hall of Fame gold jacket, but the memory of his dominance lives on. So here's the question I leave with you. If Sterling Sharpe had played a full career, where would he rank among the NFL's greatest receivers? Top 5? Top 3? Or the greatest of all time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm excited to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more forgotten NFL legends, and share this story with every football fan who loves what could have been. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep the debates alive.